Hey guys, this is kind of a before video, but anyway, usually full tank would be 420, funky, 420. So I did fill this up. So on average, it's 10 gallons, relatively about 10 gallons. So about 40 miles per gallon, which is pretty much what your average Prius would get. But despite what you see on there, because I'm speeding. But I think even the newer Corollas get the 40 miles per gallon. You don't even need to uppay for a hybrid. I don't know if Toyota has that. I don't think they have Corolla hybrids. That's why they have the Prius. So they're trying to bring sexy bake with it. But anyway, yeah, it's relatively around 40 miles per gallon. And Toyota streamlined their non-hybrid with the Corolla, but it's no longer a hatchback. It's just a compact four-door sedan with 40 miles per gallon. So you divide it by 10 times, well, whatever, well, obviously you wouldn't go full 400, but whatever it is, price per 87 or regular on average, and that's how you would work the math out. Okay, so I'm wrong. So according to Chat GPT, it's not 10. I was off. 12 and a third, I guess. So for this one, it averages out to around 35. If you're gonna do the basic math, if you're gonna do 420, funky, divided by that much, it round about 35 miles per gallon. Ladies and gentlemen, and the rest of you gender benders out there, whatever it is you choose to be for the day. Anyway, I'm about to embark on an adventure, and if you're gonna buy something, you might as well just put it to the test, as I put on the trailer, is that if you want something for just a regular commuter, why bother? Just put it through the just put it through the gauntlet. If it makes it through the gauntlet, it's there for you. So, all right, oops. One of the real drawbacks, this is already on Gulag Earth, there's really nothing east of Kingman, or I-11, should I say, all the way to Flagstaff. There's nothing there. It's all resorts, all res, or what have you. So I have to be very, very cautious. So we got to city. So I have to be very, very conscientious, cautious, whatever, on where the hell it is I go to next. Two options for you folk. You could either fill up frequentemente, but shorter. So you could either go longer distance, longer wait, shorter distance, shorter wait, frequentemente. So whichever the way your asses want it. And the waits releases, it's not the emergency, it's actually the button. See, it's a button. So this is supposed, well, let's round up for the sake of math. 1,200 mile trip to OKC, because there really is nothing on 287. It was flooded or what have you. So I'm just gonna have to follow interstates. That's the way in which I have to go about it. It's gonna be I-40 due east. To the east, my brother, to the east. So 1,200 miles, I will document every stop, every cast, every length on how far it needs to go or what have you. It's basically Gavin Newsom time out here, so it's 14:16 for those of you familiar with military time. So without further ado, let's begin this adventure together. You know, one of the things about driving this, aside from Gulag Earth or whatever, every time I drive, I know, don't do this at home, kids, is that at Grapes, the vehicle is also next to me, so it's got the camera. So it's trying to match up, I guess, through this little cartoon image thing or whatever. You got the cones, so they're actually barrels though. So it's a bit accurate. It's a bit accurate here on the computer. All of the models come with the autopilot, not full self-driving though. So for that feature, whoops, without further ado, you still got to steer with it. Is that you just got to put one down with that beep sound and it goes, but you still have to stir. This don't got no full self-driving, otherwise that's an extra 12 grand. I don't have that kind of money. But anyway, that's the, whoops, you gotta steer it, All right, it doesn't have the lane mitigation. So yeah, that's me going right now. But it's basically cruise control. All right, if you wanna call it autopilot, that's pretty much what it be. So to push park on the gear shifter knob or whatever, you just push in. I mean, that's it, there's the gear shift knob on your right hand side. If I have it right, it would be nice to use one of these outdoor rigid. It's going to be the same brand, but this one already be out. Go for 50, anything longer than 50, I think that's going to compromise distance. Full-time warranty. All right, so this might be one of these store brands, heavy duty, and it's that way for the heat. It's all the heat that gets transferred. That's why it's not fire prevention, mitigation. Those are the specs down there. Hopefully this do me good. See, if you're gonna charge, you can't use a prototypical run-of-the-mill cord. I don't even know about those outdoor ones. But they're 25 feet. You like for something at least 50, and these guys look to be out. So just from the screen itself, I already hit the frunk, or the hood, front trunk, which is a frunk. I know that sounds kind of fruity, but yeah, I just hit it. So this is pretty convenient that it doesn't require the stick to stay up. It just stays up on its own. This is the frunk. I know it's not all that much, maybe for groceries. It'd be all right. Whoops. That's the air filter, cabin air filter, which actually it could be put in. Yeah, it's put in through there. And then you just snap this place closed. Oop, and then you just snap it closed like that. So that's where that will be stored. And then to close it, whoops. I don't know if you have to, hold on. It'll close at some point. When you walk away, you could usually tell. See, in this case, you show, whoops, see, and then I close it, it'll close back up as soon as you walk away. Hold on, see if we could do it walking away. Will it show it? Should show it. Just for the good MPGs, or I'm not gonna go just like the semi being governed. Well, ideally you'd like for it to be 65, but anyway, that's different. That's diesel. 65 to at least maintain 8 miles per gallon with 8. But in this case, 70, I don't plan on going any faster because, in other words, I'll lose some. So, you got 222. Can you see all that? 222, 222. So I went ahead and I programmed a location, and it's saying preconditioning battery. So what it is that it's already estimating of how to, I guess, warm up the battery for better charge instead of spur of the moment, spontaneous, last minute kind of thing. So it gave me that massage. So we'll see what that be about. So I'm here at Kingman, I don't know, Carl's Jr., Hardee's Jr., whatever, because there's honestly, really nothing. Whoops. Charge. All right, can I, hold on. To be honest, looking at the MAPE, there's nothing else until Flagstaff, which is already 17. One of the intra, because it's within the state only. Very steep and hilly, by the way, if you're going South Beezy on it. So I'm just going to choose to fill up now. So right now, we's at 122. So this will be short. This involves trip planing. All right, if anything else, trip planing. Now, the cool part about this is that in order for you to open it, it's just a, whoop, okay. See, it's just a, whoop. Hold on, there we go. It's just tap open or whatever. I guess you could probably open if you run out of power, but that's how that goes. So this is a bit of a unique charger. I don't know if this is anything special over her, as opposed to the, whoops, as opposed to the customary ones over there. I don't know if there's anything special or significant with it, but it does got the logo. So I guess we's about to find out for ourselves whether or not this works. All right, so without further ado, all right, here does have the name brand on it. Whoops. All right, so about to plug in. You could always tell because it's oops, can you see that's a 3-port? It's a 3-port. That's how you can tell. All right, so let's go ahead and plug this bad dog in. All right, so that's how it look. So that's how that looked there. All right, so let's go ahead and plug this bad dog in. All right, you could usually tell by that light, it shows blue now. So it's blinking. It's blinking right now, meaning it's gonna charge. It's charging. So you can tell it's blinking. Can you see that? All right, so on the charge screen right there, right, I did 100. So, okay, it appears what's at miles an hour. Ooh, it's a lot of miles an hour. So that's fast. 56, or at least it looks faced. All right, so anytime that you see that price there, if it's over $50, then that's kind of like Uber surge pricing. That's kind of, ooh, session cast. So we's about to see if how long it take. So right now I'm just about, hey, well, I think it's like 220. I guess full tank or something like that. So at least a couple 100 miles. But I want to fill it up now before Flagstaff. So, all right. So we'll see how long this take. Oop. 3. All right. So it tells you right there. How much is your time worth? Yeah, I know. Hey, you got to stop every time. Yeah, I know. Go ahead and drive your Hummer, EV Hummer. But anyway, that might even go lower. The faster charge. This looks to be fasting. Looks to be charging really, really faced. That's a lot. Miles an hour. How do you do miles an hour? So I want to give a shout out to Everyday Chris. He showed me this ape right here. Whoops, it's plug share, and I guess you could kind of see sort of what be by you or what have you. And okay, So I guess it's a different types of charges or what have you. So plug, score. Okay, so they got scores to them too. So what is that? So at least this ape goes out of the way to at least kind of make some sort of effort as to finding nearby, you know, charges or what have you. So compared to where Tesla was a decade ago, there's a lot more of these than before. So I'm trying to decipher of which one is which between the two. Whoops. I don't know how to distinguish. Oh, filters. Okay. Trying to just playing around with it. So level 2, high power, under repair, coming to residential in use. Okay. All right. Okay. So apparently, just playing around with it. If I wanted to go all the way, whoops. That's what takes so long. But hold on. Is 80%. So I get this pop-up message. All right. Hold on. Keep. And if I change it to 80, it actually goes down by half. So not too bad. Not too bad if I do half. If we do half that amount. So how much is your time worth? So apparently, as you could check this on your phone on the ape. So I'm gonna wait for 200, and then I'll unplug. Look at that, 5 minute. So it give this already got the banner up above. But anyway, charge limit. They're gonna charge me idling fees if I. Okay. So I guess I'll unplug it when it hits 200. When it hits complete, then I'll unplug it. So that's what that be. Yeah, folks, just to give you context, I'm 8, the I-11, the newest interstate about to be built, if not already, and 40. It's, hold on, can I zoom that in? Let's zoom that in, just to give you context as to where I be. So this is sort of like, I guess, an interchange between Vegas and the PHX or the 602, whatever. So yeah, right here at Flagstaff. Flagstaff is further east. This is Kingman. Hey guys, I'm in Flagstaff. It's basically the interchange. It's the northern terminus of 17. And further south is the state capital, but this looks to be a telly or some sort of hotel, some sort of chain establishment. Anyway, right here, 38 miles left. So yeah, that's a tiempo outside. So the amount of time, the charge time that it's going to take to get to 80 is almost the same as it would for 80 to full. So let's go ahead and chart. Okay, let's see. Last pay. Oh, so that was what it was in Kingman. So that was about, relatively speaking, 100 miles or something. Because I was driving from downtown. So think of how many gallons it takes for you to drive 100 miles times whatever 87, which I take it most of you are filling up on 87. So that's how you would determine, well, how much are you paying for 100 miles worth of driving? That's what that is. So there it is. All right. So this one's interesting. This is the surveillance. So I guess when you hit a certain point or certain charge, it becomes insufficient. Uh-oh. All right. So this is just the side, or the driver's side. Let's see. It just comes up like bait. So pretty simple. And no screen, no nothing. Obviously making sure. All right. So hopefully there's enough reach. Otherwise, I'm going to have to back up a little bit further. See, I'm not going to do the outtake. I'll just leave that as. All right. So this is making sure that you back up to enough cord length. Take 2. All right. So obviously, you just push it down. Oop. See, just push it down like that. So there is. All right. So there's a light there. Obviously, I don't know what the length is. It doesn't, 4 feet or whatever. So, all right. So it's got the 3-hole. That's how you could tell. Obviously, putting in the insert. There we go. And it blinks. Looks to be a button on it, I guess, when you want to do a release. So we'll see. All right. Let's check to see how much charge. All right. Starting to charge. It will give me an idea. All right. So about half an hour. How much is your time worth? Yeah, I know. I always ask. Ooh, lights went out. So this is right here. One thing is that if I were to charge this to 100 and leave it in charge, I get fined each minute. Sometimes I can range, I don't know how much it is, but it's basically an idle fee. So there it is right there, only half an hour. Okay. I mean, for fuck's sakes, look at that. Look how many from where I is right now to basically Breaking Bad. That is a limiting amount of charges right there. So this involves some trip planning or what have you, but this goes to show, even in remote areas, but I have to navigate by the interstate. So between here and Breaking Bad, oof, that is very, very limiting. Very limiting. At least in yeah, most likely between the 17 and the 25 there. Yeah, very limiting. So there it is, folks, right there. We was at 38. That was about half an hour ago, something like that. So that is the cost right there. We came from Kingman 148 miles ago. So there it is right there, just to give the number. All right, it looks to be full. It looks to be full. Let's unplug it. So there's a button. Looks to be a button if you could see it. See. Should release. There we go. There's a release right there. Should go down. Oop, there we go. It goes down. Just simply put it back in the port like so. All right, see, because I think, oh, there it is. Just making sure that goes in the clamp up there. There it is. Yeah, that little. All right, so that's how you know whether or not you hooked it up. So there you go. There you go. There you have it. Okay. Hey guys, stop 3, fill up 4. Well, I don't know if you call the one at the beginning of the intro or the onset one, but this is trip 3. Should see of how far we are from Flagstaff. But anyway, 23. I'm not going to wait until this. By the way, we're in Gallup, some place called Gallup. Exit 16 on I-40, by the way. Maybe I should give that out for identifying. So there's just some telly, some Worst Western. So they have them out here. So going to the charging tab, 23. I know it's going to charge faced. But, yeah, I mean, it's not actually that time. It's more like 2 or 1, or I don't know. I think we're on Mountain because we're in Breaking Bad already. I'm not going to wait until tomorrow because these pumps here might be down by then. And I want to see after charging it to see of how much it depletes overnight, I guess. So just, hit the hay, brush my teeth, whatever, charge it up. Sentry mode not available. So, oops, Sue Mama. Yeah, Sue Mama. So we'll charge it up and then I'll let you know the distance and the price. So stay tuned. I guess. Oops, I just got a notification. I guess this could also be a diesel price review. That's actually pretty fair for the 199. 199. Oh, I wonder if I can sleep back there. We'll have to let us sleep back there next to that competitor. All right. That's how you make sure that it's connected. Ooh, what is that? High fan? It's making a noise. That's how you can tell. Because before, I guess you have to make sure. Because if you just stick it in, you don't see the flash, it means it ain't working. Because I think it sort of like syncs up, or it makes like a clicking sound, or I don't know what you want to call it. The fan must be the fan's really working. Because I guess it's charging fast because it was so low. So apparently, no, I got a tape message saying that the battery's too low. I guess for me to sleep. But anyway, we'll see tomorrow morning of how much battery drains out or what have you. So that's how you can tell. Okay, for some odd reason it's making this loud sound or for what have you. But it's giving me the amount of time. That's really rapid charging. So as far as the kilowatts, the pricing of it, it seems pretty fair. All right, so I'll let you know the end result, but just, you hear that sound? It's like making a really loud ass humming sound. Okay, so we was at Flagstaff, which was 180, so I made pretty good miles on that. Anyway, this is pretty pitiful, yo. Between here and Breaking Bad, or even the Big Texan Amarillo, doesn't seem like there's that many. That's pretty pitiful. Okay, I think maybe I have to hit it again, but I don't know if it could point out. I guess maybe I have to get closer just to find out where they is. I could also look on the 8, but yeah, see, we're in Gallup. Oops, I have no idea what that sound is. It's been making that knocking sound or something. Just to hit that, hit the lightning bolt. Between here, yeah, there's not a whole hell of a lot between here and Breaking Bad. Oops, no, that's not it. There's a place called Las Vegas? Santa Rosa, not a whole hell of a lot. Tucumcari. Not a whole, okay, and then you have to hit Amarillo, but there's not a, ooh, that's going to get tough. As soon as I get back home in the home state, between Breaking Bad and ooh, man, that's gonna be an adventure. I might have to stop twice there. Oof, yeah. So let's see how far Breaking Bad is. How far is Breaking Bad? 128. Yeah, might have to stop there just because there's nothing else. There's nothing. Oh wow, that is limiting. Not Santa Fe. Just looking at it between there and Santa Rosa. Oof. That's because they're so separated. Yeah, that involves some trip planning right there to Kumkari and nothing else. Oh my Jesus. Wow, that's going to be a lot of stops, but shorter wait times. All right, looks like it pretty much has hit the limit because it's always recommended, or conventional wisdom is to fill it. Okay, it's complete. So there it is, 215 or what have you. So that's how much it costs for the 180 right there. So we'll pick it up tomorrow morning. I got to get some rest. Okay, day 2, up after a few hours. Anyway, doesn't appear as though much battery has gone down overnight or what have you. But anyway, that's what we have to start off with. Here in Gallup, New Mexico, exit City, Suite 16, New Mexico, I-40. The temperature out cold or what have it, apparently seems as though the TPMS light came on, so I don't know. Go ahead and fill that up with some air. Luckily, I'm next to one right here, so yeah. So there's a message about the air pressure, just reading it a little bit. 20% lower. Oops. All right, and it just became light. It's my favorite time of day. All right, let's see. Need to drive 50 miles for at least 10 minutes. Okay. So, all right, that is the message on there. So let's see whether or not the message went away. Hold on, I guess I gotta. Hold on. Now it's still showing down there below, despite the fact that even with the air over there, I did fill it up. And it's to the point of where you could just program it, then it just may require some driving. So there it is right there. We'll wait for it to warm up a little bit. Okay, so just with the wheel chuck. Oops, hold on. Take 2. All right, checking with the wheel chuck right here. Just, simple wheel chuck with that. Whoa. It's just that dude backing up. So, yeah, so it's showing 45. All of these look to be 45. So I think the computer in here hasn't updated yet. So I know I filled it up. Actually, it's 250 over there, by the way. 250 for airtime. Helicoon. So I'll just check this with retire just to document it. I don't know if that one may. It's at 40, so it should be good. This is the rear shotgun. Yeah, they're all gonna be good. Last but not least, front shotgun. Yeah, so they're all good. Whoops. See right in there. Whoops. 40 or what have you. So that one's good too. So they're all good. Well, I had to pull over. So anyway, the TPMS light warning light came back on. So as the weather warms, because it's still below freezing a little bit. So as the weather warms, we'll warm up. So hopefully not over present 45. But anyway, it's back to normalcy. Well, somewhat. So it will as we continually drive. So yeah, it's still below freezing out here. But it's a dry, because we're out in the desert Southwest. We're in Chipotle country. Okay, folks, the next leg in our adventures is Breaking Bad, because I don't really see anything afterwards, because after Breaking Bad, East BC, it seems to be very, very deserted. So we're going to be in no man's land or no person's land east of Breaking Bad. So this is going to probably be one of the toughest legs of the tweep. Okay, so I basically have the seat warmer option selected. Boy, this thing is warming up my ass. No need, basically, whoop, there it goes away. Anyway, you hit that button with the number on it for the temperature control. Hey guys, a bit of bad news, if you want to call it. Even though it was at the pump and it already had the dinger of overpump or overinflate, apparently I'm over by a PSI. So anyway, I'm over here at Breaking Bad, and apparently there looks to be some competitor. I guess I'll check them out. over there to see what those be about. But yeah, instead of the proprietary. So anyway, let's go ahead give ourselves a charge. I'm over at 37. Whoops, can you see that? So I'll calculate how many miles that we traveled so far. But here's another half hour. Okay, I guess with the high charge, there's a lot of high noise. So you hear fast charging, fast generation. So it makes all this noise heard. It's interesting. All right, so we're checking out the competitor Charger 04. So I guess these are for non-Teslas. Oh, and they got the screen. Plug in first. Pricing. Oops. Pricing. All right, so ooh, that's kind of a bit. Idle fee 40 cents. That's if you're over the charge. Member, guest. All right, that's kind of a bit much. 50 cent. Oof. Okay, and take the credit card. So this, I don't know if it's the same plug. Oh, may need the adapter. Oh, so they take a different plug. It's the prong is different, the 2 plus, and the clamp. It's interesting. Put that back in there. Up to EV charging up to 350 kilowatt. Huh. It's electric. Woogie 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 woo. Electric slide. Okay. Huh. And that's a phone number there. I'll dax them. 833-632-2778. Exit. Take the credit card. I scanned it. Brought me right to the website. Hyper-faced. 350. That's faced. That's faced. So with the high charge like this, I guess the hood's also starting to make some noise too. If you could hear that. So there's us right there going at miles per hour. All right, I guess that's really faced. 20 minutes, that's about right. So it's reasonably priced as far as kilowatts. Okay, per kilowatt rather. All right, so there it is, accessory power on. Oh, okay. Interesting. What's that mean? Keep accessory powered. The battery. Oh. Yeah, accessory power. Okay, well, good to know on that, huh? Here's some real rotten ass news. Anyway, between her and Emma Dildo or whatever, it's apparently there seems to be only 2 other places: Santa Rosa 109, or we could do Tucumcari. Ooh, well, yeah, I got to do Tucumcari, so it's always 150. So think about at 70 miles an hour how long that take. 2 hours, 2.5, 2.25. So Tucumcari, right by the border. So it's just west of the border there between Home State and Breaking Bad Her. So that's how that look right now. Tucumcari, tum. All right, so it's just going to be straight shot. But there's not a whole especially on the Tejas side. There's not a whole heck of a lot until you hit Armadillo. So that's bad. There's not much effort put on this stretch of 40 between Breaking Bad and Armadillo. I'd like to hit 220, but I don't know whether or not it's going to allow for me to. But just to give you an idea, charging. Okay, so that is the grand total charging complete. So that's the grand total for the 150 miles. So just think about how many gallons of petroleum you burn to make the 150 gallons, or miles rather. I'm going to try to do this without them saying. First off, I thought they were bought by the Chinese or whatever, but anyway, he's able to use one of ours. Oh, I sound so territorial, but anyway, that's a Hummer. And he's using one of ours or a different compatible brand, so I guess there's kind of a interoperability or consortium, I guess, between charging. It's interesting. Yes, sir. If you don't mind me asking, I didn't realize those actually work on different car brains.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they don't work on those, or that's too expensive with the kilowatts?
No, they work there too.
Oh, how did you know that you could use these? They tell you, or?
GMC provides the adapter.
Oh, that's so cool. I figured these might be cheaper, but those might be faster.
No,
So
these are cheaper.
yeah, that's
They're
what I
cheaper
figured.
and they're a little faster.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if many people know about those. People remember those back in the day when they were H2s or
Yeah,
Humvees.
people talk to me about it all the time.
Yeah.
I really love it. It's a great truck.
Yeah, it's an EV truck, not like everything else is a car. So, yeah, that's awesome. That's good to know. Keep dogs. Yeah. All right. Have a good day. Okay, so he was nice enough to discuss, and so he had 2 cute dogs with him. He's just over there walking. But anyway, yeah, it's a bold move. In fact, those are very industrial and heavy, almost like military grade. But anyway, H2, Humvee, GMC. I always thought they were bought by some Chinese company or whatever. But anyway, a truck and all the weight, all-wheel drive. Obviously, it's hard to have a two-wheel drive with just those. But I'm sure they can't be cheap. These aren't cheap. So, yes, wait for a price drop between that and like the swastika. As Antifa calls them, Antifa. All right, so anyway, H2. Yes, this is like a shameless plug. So this is exit 332, New Mexico and I-40. This is where I did the 1-9 location. But anyway, at a La Quinta. Now, the funny thing is that these are actually pull-throughs. These aren't back-ends. That's cool. That's the top seller. Now the bottom seller this year. So it went from first to worst through Antifa. But it's the top seller last year, the Y. So Juniper is a new one out. So let's go ahead and give this a charge. We're at 17. Let me see what the charge... Well, we'll get the charge rate in as soon as I plug it in. Because I took this one kind of low. It's about half an hour, and it looks as though 549 miles an hour. Wow. So I guess that's high speed. But anyway, I think the price of this one is pretty fair. I think. Yeah. It's actually fairly fair. So we'll see how much this costs on stop number 5. Here it is, folks. Charging is complete. It has been complete to 80. And whoops. All right, that is the grand total. All right. We're ready. Okay, from where I is right now, Armadillo seems to be the next step, which is about 112. I mean, I guess I could keep going, or I guess fill up on this one just because there really isn't anything much out east, BZ. Look at that. There's hardly anything West BZ in the home state. Jesus, this is terrible. Man, freaking Tejas, you got it does better. My God. You got Childress, I know where that be. I may have to go there next. But there's really nothing between Armadillo or 27 Oklahoma. Excuse me. Oh, I'm going to have to decide of where to go to next. So, for the next 100 miles. All right. Hey, folks, here at Armadillo, I know that's not how it's said, but, you know, I have a nickname for everything. So, unfortunately, these stalls at least 2B, 3B, 3D. All right. 2B. Oh, no. This one should be good. So... one thing from the laced place I was at, I fell asleep. So I think it's $1 a minute if you leave it in plugged. So it's okay. It's $5. All right. Yeah. See, when you set it to 80, it means 80. So right now we be, hold on. All right. So we be her. All right. Is it going to show me where I be at? All right. Hold on. Let me turn it on. But anyway, there's a map of where we is. All right, so here's to another 20 minutes. Yeah, so when they're done, or when the complete thing, yeah, just unplug it. All right, so it's, they say over, all right, so the kilowatts per hour or whatever, what they charge, or kilowatts, it's pretty fair. That's actually very fair. So, going to be charged up, I don't know, 74 miles, all right, 75. All right, always I try shooting for anything over 200 miles. That way we can see where we're going to next. So as you can see here between her and Oklahoma, excuse me, there's only 2 steps. So this one's going to be a bit of a struggle. That other one's 84. This is right before our destination. So let's see, her 175. Yeah, I'll do that. Here in Weatherford. Not Weatherford, Tejas, because there's also one of that right before our destination. And then this is actually Phillips 6, so 7. And then finally 8. So a lot of trip planning here. A lot of trip planning. So... all right, yeah, see that? Don't fall asleep. $1 a minute. Luckily, it was only 5 minutes. Anyway, let's program Weatherford to be next. So, yeah, not too many between her, 27 and 35. So, yeah. Okay, to give you folks context of where I be, exit 71, I-40 here, back home. Down there is the 72 ounce. You remember, I think, King of the Hill with Bobby? He tried the steak eating contest and he threw up at the end of the episode. It was based off of there, so if I continue walking over there, we'll get there. I think Wonder Hussy has an episode down there. I won't plug her channel, but anyway, it's just a hop, skip, steak, just a stone's throw down there, and you get the 72 ounce steak. So there it is, folks. It said charging complete. So, okay. Unlock charge port. Alright. So I'll just hit that. Alright, I think it did already. So there it is right there, 1059. Right there. Okay, and you hear the pop open. Okay. So I guess there's little tips there. It says be under 74 miles per hour to destination above 6%. Okay, okay. Hey, here's a big Texan that I was talking to you folks about. Well, I guess you could still walk there. Free shuttle. Tried her. The big Texan. Alright. No, apparently the computer's doing a restart or something. Oh. I don't know if it'd do it on its own like Windows. Yeah, I haven't played with the power button or nothing, but it did a restart right just there. Huh. So luckily I was able to find an outlet. Same outlet right down there. It's charging, but it's free. I don't pay. This is why I paid the $150 for this. Plugged it in, insert. I know it's all wet and shit out here. I should probably get a cover for it. But the extension cord running through her. See that? Power Connect Air. It's charging. So it's charging. I should get a tarp, but that's how you can tell it's charging. And then in right there. See, because the step, for whatever odd reason, that's about as many miles as I was away. But the one thing that sucks is that it kept draining out the power. So I may have to wait until like 30 or whatever, but it really sucked. So even if I have to wait here a minute, this is just, I'm not going to count this as a stop, by the way. I'm not going to count this. This don't count. See, it's showing that it's charging slowly yet surely. See, all I need is like maybe 30, you know. Not looking to charge the whole thing, but that's, you can tell. It's blinking slowly yet surely. So I'm getting brought to you apart. All right. I guess the one lesson learned, not everything is all glorious, but anyway, it kind of shows the progress. I know it's slow as fuck, 6 miles an hour, but I have 16 miles to go, so at least 23. So I have been here for a minute, so at least it's free though. At least it's free. You know what's real funny here is that I have found something, but I'm only 2 miles out. And can you believe that Walmart has chargers? But we're about to find some out real. I don't think this is a super charging station here at a Telly or what have you, but it does have her name on it. So he's about to find out. Oops. All right, let me charge this bad dog. Okay, so it do look like it is charging. Thank God. So it is charging, but one of the things is that yeah, with that kind of time, I don't have that kind of time. I don't know if you could see that or not. I know it's raining. I just need enough just to make it to that other station then. 5 hours, 40 minutes. Oh, sweet Jesus. See, this is it right there. And by the way, that other charger, whatever, just like, it just disappeared. So it really sucked. All right, so it's only 3 miles out. I mean, I ain't that far. I mean, sheesh. Only 3 miles, so can't be that stressful. It's right there, Lucille's Road Heezy. From what I see here, I don't know whether or not there's charge as in like fee charge. It's charging. Slow as fuck, but still, I just need to get the 10. Oh, range anxiety. See, this is knowing how to deal with it though. So I'm glad this is at least her. I'm thankful, I'm grateful for it. Whether or not, I used to make fun of these people before, not no more. Okay, we made it, thank Jesus, but I noticed working the blades and the fagger, it's basically, it's like a mile, basically a mile, almost like a minute. Yeah, it's basically per mile. Boy, what a pain in the ass. But we's her. Okay, so it's fairly priced. Yeah, 34 kilowatts. All right, so it's charging much faster than the other one. So, half an hour. So cheers to that. Okay, so this is the last part of the trip, the last leg to our destination of the 1200. The real bad news here, looking at it, on Fody, you're pretty much in a desert. Holy God. Oh my Jesus. On Fody, Oklahoma, or do something about that Fort Smith. There's nothing there. You's on your own. Holy God, there's nothing in Oklahoma. Sweet Jesus, even on 44, there's nothing between the two cities there. Sweet Jesus, there's nothing there. Boy, that's terrible. That is terrible. Oh my Jesus, is that bad? That is bad. So I have to pick one. One of the things that it shows is it shows the other people also in their way who also programmed this on their ape. So out of order. All right, so it's pretty accurate. All right. All right, so this long ass fill up has been complete. Probably the more expensive of them all. So let's go ahead and unplug. I didn't do a whole lot of review. I didn't realize how much trunk space is actually back here. I'm just putting the 50-foot cord. Looks to be pretty roomy back there. Lots to fit groceries in, so okay, it's pretty good. That's spacious, needless to say. All right, so basically it's, well, almost midnight. But anyway, we're at our destination, or basically, and well, what's this, like outlets, premium outlets? I think so. It looks a lot like it. Yeah, it's some kind of outlets. Anyway, it's raining outside, which really sucks. I would have, well, I'll still take a picture anyway. But anywho, this marks the end of the 1,200 mile. Wait, what a shitty way to end it. Jesus. All right, anyway, what a shitty way to end it. This goddamn global warming. So basically, this is the end of the tweep, right here. 1,200 miles, right here. I might as well just plug it in to try to charge. There's still a lot of life left, but there's really nothing east of her, which really sucks. So it's gonna bring some long-range anxiety, all right. In the opener, I already told you that it's relatively 400 miles per tank. So unless you're driving a Prius or a hybrid or any kind of, you know, I shouldn't say low end, but just like a really fuel economic sedan that really isn't all that family friendly, because it's not all-wheel drive and it's not really meant for any family more than like 4 kids. So these are the receipts, all of the receipts right here. So doing the math, if you want to go off basic math, what's 1,200 divided by 400? So 3 fill-ups, I'm not going to include that first one. So they're all going to be 12, right? 12 gallons, 12 gallons. This is the one before handing it in. But relatively speaking, so we're going on 36. So 36, multiply that by 87, however much it is. And that's basically of what the driving expense is, at least just for fuel. That's, I mean, this is just basic arithmetic right here. Right, so here you have it, folks. Whoops. That's the amount of money that was spent entirely. So just think whatever vehicle you have, you know, MPGs, multiply that by however much is in your tank. How much has to go into that 1,200? So how many times are you stopping, you know? So that's it. Relatively speaking, I mean, you shouldn't do the supercharger each and every time, but 1% other, you know, it's, but 114, I don't know. Is that true? 114? I know it may not seem all that much, but I'm not really doing the manual transmission, the coolant flush, oil changes, and the right rotations at, you know, every 5,000. Remember that with Scruber. So, albeit even if you think it's all the same or whatever, still I'd rather just go with this and drive by the pump and just be like, well, how much is it this time? So I know it varies between each charger or whatever, but still. If you're the commuter, this is for you. So that's it right there on screen. The 109. Yeah. Okay, folks, it's raining. Well, not Kate's and dogs. Ooh, there's a trucker over there. But anyway, thanks for coming along for the adventure, watching it in its entirety. Ooh, all right, see, there's the price. So, see, how much of that are you spending that into the 1,200? So, anyway, I want to thank you folks for watching the entirety, if you did. So I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I'm just going to upload it now. It's near midnight now. I forget what day of the week it is. It don't matter. I think it's Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, now Wednesday. So anyway, until next time. Yeah, so we're here at the destination. Until next adventure. All right. Have a good night or morning.